for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be what would they want to do with you if you were on your own. I was going to say to you, but I think it's with you if you were on your own. So it might be somebody that you know quite well, somebody you might be attracted to and haven't had much chance to be on your own or haven't been together on your own for quite a while. So you've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and we'll get started.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Right then. I think that if this person could get you on their own, I think this is going to be really disappointing. I think they would want to discuss and talk to you. From the cards here, I'm gathering that your person is somebody who's quite forward-thinking, gentle-natured, not somebody who pushes their opinion. They're somebody who's quite relaxed, needs a lot of time to themselves, probably quite creative. But I do think that they are also somebody who at the moment feels quite defensive. I'm getting a sort of Aquarius, Sagittarius feel about them. They like to look forward. They like to probably travel. They're somebody who likes to see the bigger picture. This person possibly either finds their family an important part of their life or is established in a family unit already. I have a feeling that your person that you're asking about is established in a family unit. And I think if they wanted to get together on their own, I think ideally they would want to go out for a drink to talk to you. And I think your person, although maybe very free thinking, may also be somebody who is quite open to new ideas, also is very conservative in what they want in their life. In some ways, they like to be the boss and they like to be in control. There's an adventurous part of their nature. There's a very sort of open part in the fact that what they want to... What am I trying to say? They're free thinking and they're open to many different ideas. But I think in some ways, maybe in relationships, maybe in with their family, they like to be the kingpin. They like to have some sort of control. I think your ideal get-together for your person would be out for a drink or out doing something reasonably sociable, but it's still quiet. And because of the way that I think that they actually want to talk to you, I don't think they want a lot of people around them. I do get a feeling of defensiveness and some sort of... You've got the 9 of Wands twice here, and that is somebody who feels as if, and I think it's got something to do with stability or with family life or with some form of family unit, and this person feels slightly defensive over this. Or they feel that you might be defensive over this. But there's some sort of war built up between you to do with some stability. And I think this person is very stable in terms of family. Okay, this is what I'm picking up from the cards. I think that the conversation would somehow flow in the realms of wanting to open up about some heartache and some sort of anxiety that has gone on between you or that your relationship is causing. It's making me think that this person is in a relationship and there's a strong attraction between you both, and this person would want to talk to you about the fact that they still, although they find you attractive, that they're stuck at the moment. They can't move forward with you, and they know that it causes some anxiety, and they can almost sense it when you, perhaps if you're together or in any interactions, that you can both sense the attraction, but that you can't do anything with it, and it almost feels as if it's breaking their heart, or they find it quite heart-wrenching because of their position in life, that they are just stuck with this at the moment. You've got this card, you've got like the Queen of Swords here. The Ace of Swords is, because you've got so many swords cards here, this is the reason that I think that the conversation would be the main part of the interaction between you. You've got the Queen of Swords here, which almost shows me somebody who has, if it's a man that you're asking about, it's almost as if the man is under the thumb and can't move. You've got the Three of Swords here, which is heartache, and then you've got conversation, and the Eight of Swords is like it's raining inside the umbrella. So this person or yourself within the relationship is suffering from some sort of anxiety that they need to talk about. I don't know what that is. Is it a horse? Is it, I don't know, is it pig? Whatever. So that's what I'm picking up from this. My first impressions are, you possibly know this person who's a real family person, but you've got this sort of inkling that they are quite aware of themselves. They are somebody who is almost a free thinker and able to put their fingers in different pies and make good use of all different parts of their life. They like to travel, they probably study. There's that sort of Sagittarius, Aquarius feel about them. But there's also as well, combined in their personality, a strong need for family and also controlling their family, or they are controlling their family. And they would like to talk to you, possibly, this is what I'm getting from the cards, in a situation where you are relaxed with, I know it says on their own, but I don't think, if it wasn't on your own, it'd been a small situation where it could be like out publicly drinking. And I think they would like to discuss with you the feelings of having to almost say no to a relationship with you because of family issues. This doesn't strike me that this person's very happy. If they are in a different relationship or another relationship, it doesn't strike me as a happy relationship, because this person feels a little bit oppressed and it causes them anxiety. And I think they would be slightly worried if the situation is causing you upset. If you're female or male, I suppose, but just the fact that that card's female makes me immediately think that they would be worried if you were female that the whole situation was upsetting you. I do feel that your person is quite a powerhouse in some way. I think they're the type of person who in a business sense would be very easy to talk to, would listen to everybody, be friends with everybody, and would have a really interesting life, but when it would be no nonsense if they needed to be. I think they have the feeling of being somebody who's quite established in life and also kind-hearted, because I do get the general feeling that they are thinking of you in this situation and they want to put you at ease with the fact that they do find you attractive, but the fact that they can't see a way forward at the moment, and they just don't want to cause you any anxiety or any heartbreak or hurt, but they just basically, I'm getting the feeling that they're in a situation that they can't actually move forward with. Put a few more cards out. I just get a strong feeling that this person feels an almost karmic bond to you, as in it's like a deep-rooted feeling that you're meant to be together, and they could possibly see you as an ideal I want to say family member, but you've got the Ten of Cups here and you've got Judgment. Both are like, I put this over this card of which I saw as being you. So you've got the Nine of Wands and it's like defensive and upset. It's basically, you know, this person possibly has to say, I'm sorry, we can't move forward. But how they see you is like the Ten of Cups and Judgment. So they do see you as an ideal sort of, I say wife, just somebody they could see having a long-term relationship with. But at the moment, I don't think this person can do that. and they want you to feel, they want you to know that they are attracted to you and they like you, but that they can't do anything. All right, pile number 1. I'm going to leave that there because that's all I can see. I don't want to repeat myself. To sum up though, I would say you have a strong person here who's probably very sort of established in life, possibly a family man, but very probably a family man, but also has a nature that's quite free thinking and adventurous. And I think they would, if you two were together, they would want to reassure you that they're attracted to you, but that the timing is wrong and they can't move forward with you. But that just to let you know they see you as the ideal male or female. It's just that wrong timing. Right person, wrong time, yeah. Okay, right, thank you, pile number 1. I hope that makes some sense to you. Let me know in the comment section if there's any truth in that, or any of it rings true to you, because it would be really interesting for me to know. Thank you for watching. Okay. Pile number 2. Just get your cards out and have a look before I start talking. Okay. This is very, sorry, but say hi then. Sorry, just started ranting without saying hello. This pile number 2, is very, very different from the first pile. The first pile was very much, I would like a conversation. This person does not have conversation on their mind. This person is very attracted to you, and I don't just mean sexually attracted to you. They're attracted to you deep down. There's like a heartfelt, emotional feel between the pair of you. You've got the lovers twice here. So this is this person's energy towards you. You've got the lovers, which is basically 2 people bound together by, you know, both the way that you think, the way that how you're attracted to each other. You know, just there's a really, really strong bond there between you. And you've also got the Sacred Heart here. I don't actually buy these sort of lovey-dovey cards, which, you know, that you get a sort of connection with every card that you pull out. So this is quite rare, really. You've got the Sacred Heart, which also exemplifies the connection that you both seem to have together. And you've got Jupiter and Aquarius for this person. This is the situation, this is the person. So it's basically a really heartfelt, large, warm connection between you. It's mutual and it's very obvious. So this person, if they could spend time alone with you, their energy would be huge. There would be a really, really strong draw to you. But I think that if you did have time together, because you've got the Death card here and you've got the Chariot, I do think that it would make a huge difference to your relationship. And I'm not actually sure what I mean by that as yet. I get the general impression that the attraction is huge between the pair of you. But because you've got the Death card here, it's almost as if, you've got Strength here, it's almost as if the attraction is so huge that you would have to keep your desire under control, both of you. Because you've got Death here with Strength, which is strange. Because a huge passion, this pile is so different from pile number 1. A huge passion, a huge attraction to each other, but also, almost as if it would cause a huge change to your relationship. I don't know why. I don't know why as yet. You've got this really strong sort of sexual energy, as if it would be overpowering if you two got together. But then it's followed by the Temperance, which is almost like the calm after the storm. I think I'm getting very strongly a very magnetic sexual pull between you, and I wonder whether you are allowed to be together. The fact you've got the Death card here, and almost as if you need to control your passion. But it's not just passion. This pile also speaks of a love connection, as in there's warmth and there's openness, and there's a really strong need to be together. If I had this pile, I would be really wondering why you aren't together if that's not the case, because the feelings are really strong. I think this person sees you as they're almost like the sexual ideal. You've got the Princess of Wands, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new start. It's practical. They basically, it's quite a sexy card with all the rest of them here. The Princess of Wands is somebody who's quite innocent but quite open sexually, very not shy. But somebody who's not not too coarse either. And then you've got the Nine of Cups to top it off at the end. It's almost as if it's like a build up, restrain yourself. For some reason, the Death card here, this is a really strong sexual power. The Nine of Cups is like satisfaction at the end of it, and she's giving you really Four of Wands is almost like stability. I do think this person there's a huge attraction to you, and to me this whole pile, I'm going to say reeks, but that's a really harsh word, but really has a most fantastic sexual pull. But in a sort of, it's not a sort of sexual pull as in they just want to sleep with you and then move on. It's almost as if they've found you are their one. And if you think this sounds really corny, listen to pile 1, because it didn't come out like that at all. It was almost really straight laced. But this definitely has. You've got the Lovers twice. You've got the Lovers twice here. Huge recognition of each other, everything about each other. How you look, how you feel, what you want to do together, where you want to go together. These two people, there's a heart here and they're just bound together. You've got the Sacred Heart here. It's almost as if you're saying thank you for just both of you appearing in this lifetime together. And there's like stability, as if you both want stability. And then you've got this Jupiter and Aquarius, which also to me is almost like Jupiter and Aquarius are open, free thinking. There's nothing bad behind this relationship. There's nothing that makes me think that this person is after anything apart from just a really strong emotional and physical connection to you. Going back to these cards here, to me the Strength and the Death, as I've just said, tells me of somebody who feels that they need to hide their desire, but that's not going to happen. And I do think that when you two get together, which is the only inkling that makes me think that there's some reason you shouldn't be together, that it's going to make a shift in your relationship. I do think the physical relationship will be extremely good, because there's so much passion here, and it's almost in some corny way. You've got the Chariot, which is almost like, what's that? I can't remember the name. It's basically a song that builds up and builds up and builds up until it's consummated. I can't remember the song's name. So you've got Temperance, where everything builds up. This person's coming towards you, and then there's like the calm after the storm. With the Nine of Cups is like satisfaction. So it does, to me, honestly, it's a really, really subtly sexual pile. And this person sees you as the Princess of Wands. So it's a really fantastic mixture of attraction and sexuality again, but it's almost like with a pure, innocent vibe about it. And the Ace of Pentacles almost tells me that this person it's sort of, because you've got the Lovers here, as well as the Heart card. And this person wants something long term with you, or practical. It's not just sex. I don't really know what else to say about that. I just wish I'd pulled them for myself. The only thing I'm not too sure about, which if you could tell me anything in the comments section, I would be really interested. I don't know why you've got the Death card here. So if you did actually get together without anybody around, why would it be the end of something? That's the bit I don't understand. The end of what? The end of another relationship either you or this person is in, or just the end of you know, the sexual pull, just that sort of end of it. Perhaps it's been, you know, strung out. I don't know, but I would like to know. If you could tell me, that'd be great. Right, pile number 2. I'm going to leave you with that one. Thank you very much for watching. Number 3. The answer to the question, what would they want to do, what would you both want to do together if you've got time to yourself, is I'm going to go through it. I'm not going to say. Right, I'm going to just start off. This person has the energy of trying to, it's a very strong, passionate feel about it. There's almost as if this person is trying really hard not to show their attraction, trying very hard to keep their feelings under wraps, and I think they're finding it difficult. I do think there's a huge strong attraction to you that I'm getting the feeling that this person for some reason isn't allowed to show. Either they feel like they're being judged, or if they did actually show their attraction to you, or vice versa, that it could go down some dark slippery path and end up quite painful. I have a feeling, I will say straight away, I have this feeling that there are more than 2 people in a relationship. And I'll read the cards first, and I'll tell you why. For this person, right, okay, this person wants to start something with you. There are 2 ace cards here. The Ace of Wands is like a huge sexual card, and the fact you've got it with strength, that's why I'm really thinking it does actually mean that. The Ace of Swords is also, the fact you've got 2 aces shows me they want a new beginning with you. But I do think, because they are showing up as strength, the strength card is basically trying to control your passion, or trying to put that polite, you know, socially acceptable face on when there's 3 people involved in a situation. And if it's not 3 people involved in a situation, they feel that somebody's judging them. But they also feel that with you, that they're on the edge of something that's going to be painful, in the fact that if they don't control themselves. They're coming across actually as the Fool here, and this Fool picture is just somebody who is basically almost unaware of the sharks in the water. As in, I think if this person, if you, oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? If you 2 could get together, I do think that there would be an anxiety of actually of a sexual encounter, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to find better words for it, because I do think that this person may already be taken, or you are, and they would fear the repercussions. There's a strong pull towards you of almost like a karmic feel. They feel as if you're meant to be together, and it also, you know, in a sort of family ways, in a long-term way. But there are emotions here that are quite things not talked about. Emotions are quite turbulent or quite fuzzy. And I do think there's 2. I think there's 2 women here. I tell you why I think there's 2 women. You've got, for them, you've got the 3 of Pentacles. If it's not, it's they feel judged. But you've also got, for the situation, you've got 2 women, and this woman here looks quite concerned. So it's almost the Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like the woman at home, and you've got this Princess of Cups, who may be younger if they have a wife. If you, or you know, or I suppose you have to reverse it. I'm getting a strong feeling of a woman though, to be honest. You know, it's almost a you offering. They can feel their attraction between the pair of you, and you offering your love to this person, and him or her trying to control their desire, and they almost feel like the tension is extremely strong. They do feel a bond with you, and they do find you extremely attractive, because it's almost as if as if you're meant to be together. But I do think that this person would almost there's no anxiety cards here, but it would be quite a tense situation because of the need to start something fresh. They would feel a really strong drive to start something with you, physical and mental. They would probably, you probably would enjoy a good conversation, but there's also a physical aspect to this too. And I think this person fears that for the fact they would get themselves into trouble. That's what I'm trying to say. I get the feeling that you may be more at ease with a relationship with this person, even if there is more than two people involved, where I think that they are more unaware of what's happening. They can feel the attraction, but they're unaware of where it's going to lead. They haven't really thought it out. They just feel a bond towards you and a need to start something fresh. And I think you're quite innocently offering, they're aware that there is attraction there between the pair of you. You're quite innocently offering your emotions to them, and they are trying really hard to pull in their desire for you, because they know that it's going to basically, look at these cards here, because they know that basically, almost as if they feel like they've missed the boat and got the wrong timing with this one, as if they wish that they'd perhaps met you first, or anyway. To sum you up, pile number 3, as what would they want to do to you if you were together? They would want to talk to you and have some sort of physical connection to you, but I don't think they would. That's what they would want to do, but I think generally you would almost get a controlled cold shoulder. And I don't mean terse, but generally they would hide their feelings. I think it would end up being, if you push them to declare what they were thinking, they would probably just have to say, I'm really, and honestly say, I see you as I'm really physically attracted to you. I see you as long-term potential, but at the moment I can't do anything about it. So these two cards really do stick out to me. They feel like they're playing with fire. But they also feel a strong, strong bond to you. It's almost as if it's, when you see somebody and and you recognise them, as if it's like deja vu feeling. I think they probably see you like that. That sort of general feeling, that huge connection. And it must be quite frustrating for this person, because I think they feel it, but they just can't do anything about it. Okay, I'll write pile number 3. I hope that makes sense in any way. You've also got speculation here as well. And by that, I almost think that they think about you a lot. There's lots of, as I said earlier, there's lots of what ifs. What if I'd met this person first, possibly, or what, if I wasn't in this stage in my life, how things would have turned out. So there's almost like a bit of fantasy going on here in their heads, but as if they just know, though, in physical reality, that this possibly couldn't work at this moment. Let's do a few more cards. Okay, as I just said, just strange that. I just said this possibly couldn't work at this moment, but then I've just put these cups out, what could possibly happen in the future. And you've got the Prince of Cups, which is like a man or a woman who feels feels strongly, but it's like emotional, it's like love. As you can see from the picture, he's holding a heart to his head. You've got the Sun, which is also clarity and openness, and just a generally really joyful, good feeling card. And the Six of Wands, it's like winning. So I wouldn't count this relationship out in the future. I just think the timing's wrong because these cards, the end cards, are strong. I do think there's a possibility that you could possibly get together in the future, but I do think that at the moment there's something in the way that's preventing this move forward, and it's almost like an anxiety feeling or people looking and not approving. I do tend to think that there's other people involved there. But if any of that rings true, pile number 3, please let me know in the comments because it's really interesting to know which bits do and which bits don't. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope that helps. Bye bye.